Hi, my name is Laura Phillips. I'm a senior neuropsychologist with the Child Mind Institute. Today we're going to hear from the parent of a dyslexic child who's worried about how her diagnosis will impact her outside of school. So this parent asks, "My child is dyslexic and we've known for a couple years now. We're lucky to get a lot of academic support from her teachers, but I still see her getting incredibly frustrated outside of school. She has trouble following directions and learning the rules of games. She's a soccer player and she seems to take little setbacks personally. She can get really angry during practice and is upset when she misses a goal or when her coach gives her feedback. I worry that the struggles with learning to read are affecting her self-esteem in all areas. What can we do to help?" So this is a common question or a common concern that parents have when they have a child with any sort of learning difference. Kids spend the majority of their day in school, and that's really kids' jobs. And when they're getting feedback or experiencing themselves as not doing it well, their whole self-esteem starts to take a hit. They feel as though they themselves are not good enough. There's also a common misconception or a common misperception, I should say, that kids with dyslexia often feel that because they have a hard time learning to read, it means that they're not smart. And so they feel not smart. They feel different from their peers. They feel like they're struggling. They feel like they might worry that their peers are making fun of them, and they just don't feel good about themselves. We also know that dyslexia doesn't always exist on its own. It's very commonly seen with other developmental disorders, like either a language disorder or ADHD. Kids with dyslexia show rates of ADHD that vary from 25 to 40%. So there may be other aspects of learning or classroom functioning that they're struggling with, which is just compounding the issue, their reading difficulties. They may have a hard time with communication, which can affect their interactions with their peers. They may have a hard time paying attention because of comorbid ADHD that makes it hard for them to, again, follow the directions or follow the rules of the game on the soccer field, and so they might be getting negative feedback either from coaches or from peers in that area too. So it's really important that we help kids to recognize that we know that this isn't because they're not smart or because they're not hard enough, but also that there are things that we want to help them to identify things that they're excelling at so that they can really find a niche, find a strength. And some of that comes through getting them the right types of supports and accommodations within the classroom so that they're not then seeing sort of the seeping in of these reading difficulties on other aspects of their learning. But it also involves finding strengths outside of school for them. So maybe these students are really strong artists or really strong athletes, and we want to make sure that we're showing them that those skills are really valuable too. We also want parents to recognize their kids' efforts. We want to praise, make sure that we're putting a lot of emphasis on their hard work so that we're not demoralizing them, so that they're feeling as though their hard work is recognized and is paying off. And we want to recognize their strengths outside of school too and show that those have real value as well. To learn more about dyslexia, visit childmind.org.